So how's it going, ladies and gents, and welcome back to the channel. So today is Monday, guys. Happy Mondays, everybody. And we are gonna talk about, well, typically I'm lost for any content at the moment. And so recently, there's one guy that actually commented on my other video for the super polymerization with the Despia Darklord deck. So his comment is, so I'd like to remove one extra copy of Quartus and one other fusion cards except two Darklords and the one Quartus. So his idea for this one is to change the other cards for the Exit Trio, which is the Despia, the Harbinger, and the Numeron Dragon, which is the number 100. So his reasonings for this is to have Quartus use its effect to have it go to 0, and have your Draglubion summon to the field to summon your number 100 to do an OTK. So I commented back, so I said that, yeah, I'm not really fan of that one because, of course, you are running with branded opening in this deck, and branded opening only limits you to summon fusion monsters to your side of the field. Branded opening is one of the best cards if you're running with Despia, since branded opening allows you to spell summon one Despia monster from your deck and immediately summon it to the graveyard or add it to your hand. But nevertheless, if you are gonna run with this, and I'm really sure you are very excited on running with this kind of extra deck, and on top of that, you actually commented on running with 3 Superbias and 3 Dramaturge. Well, let's go into Master Duels and check that out, and let's see how that goes. So this is the deck by far that you said that you wanted to use, and I'm very sure you were very ecstatic and very excited on using that type of deck. So I focused on having 3 copies of Superbia, 3 copies of Dramaturge, just like you said. So just edited most of the cards in my main deck, and then tweaked a little bit for the extra deck as well, just to have those the 3 Exit Trios for an OTK. So what do I see on this deck is this deck will brick, and yes, it is really the case because I've played most of the time Darklords, and I've played and seen how the deck really goes, and having more monsters on your main deck with level 5 or higher, well, it's not really the case. Although there are supporting cards for Darklords, which is the eggshell that can even draw you to other cards for that matter, but having your win condition just focused on draw power, it's not really some cases where you will technically win. It is really hard, to be honest, and to have this deck format, and in certain circumstances in Master Duels, it's not always going to be the case that you will draw onto your exact cards that you want as a starting hand. But like I say, there are some cases that you'll have a good hand. You can really make this combo out, nevertheless. But if you're really eager to use this 3 copies of Superbia and 3 copies of Dramaturge, let's tweak the deck to allow you to have a bit more special summoning conditions, and of course, lessening the chances of breaking. So first and foremost, we remove the 3 copies of Allure of Darkness. Remove the other 2 copies of Branded Opening, since most of the time you won't need to draw this one if you are gonna run with Superbia and Dramaturge. So in place of Allure of Darkness, we are going to get Reasoning. So 3 copies of Reasoning, just because Reasoning is one of those cases wherein you can just immediately special summon your monsters to your side of the field. Wherein Indulge Darklord or even your Alibur can be special summoned to the field. That will trigger its effect. So 2 more cards that we need. I would advise getting back Foolish Burial. Now, for regards to the 1 slot here, I would say remove the number of copies for your Dramaturge or Superbia, but if you want, we can remove 1 copy of Despian Tragedy, since the main purpose of Despian Tragedy is to be in the graveyard or banished to trigger its effect. So what you'll replace with this one is 1 copy of Ukobak and the Sanctified Darklord. And yes, you might wonder why Sanctified Darklord. Well, basically, you don't have a lot of negations for this deck, and most of your negations come from your extra deck, and it's not really some cases wherein you can special summon your extra deck immediately. So what you're gonna do is just have your Sanctified Darklord thrown into the graveyard by the use of Ukobak. It can send to the graveyard 1 copy of Darklord card, and then If ever you have X-Shot in your field, you can just immediately copy this effect and then point that one to a monster in your opponent's side of the field. Or even you can point that one to your monsters, but I don't see negating your own monsters is a reason for that. But nevertheless, it still works. So I'll have a replay with regards to this deck after this segment. That's it for the content, guys, and in the near future I'll do some kind of videos like this. Yeah, that's it for today, guys, and if you like the content, feel free to subscribe and of course press that notification bell. That's it for today, guys. Keep safe, good luck, and happy Mondays once again. Bye bye.